Hi everyone. In today's challenge, we are going to solve this problem. The problem name is course schedule and the problem number is 207. Alright guys, so first of all, we are going to clearly understand this problem statement. After understanding the problem statement, we will move to the logic part. We will see how we can solve this problem. What is the logic to solve this problem? And after understanding the logic part, we will move to the implementation part. And there we are going to implement our logic in Python, C++, Java and JavaScript programming language. Fine guys, now let's see what this problem is, right? So let's understand the problem statement first. So problem says there are a total of num course you have to take, labeled from 0 to num courses minus 1. Alright, so one thing is clear that we are given one integer, that is num courses. The name or we can say variable name is nothing but num courses, which will tell us that how many courses we have to take. Right? Let's say num courses is 4. So that means we have to take 4 courses. But the label is going to start from 0. So label will go till 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. I hope it makes sense, right? Now you are given an array prerequisite where prerequisite is of I is equal to a of I and b of I. So what is pre-requirement? So pre-requirement is nothing but, let's say, let me just make a simple array a of I and b of I, right? So that means nothing but they have told us that we are given one array with the name of prerequisites where every index will have two values in an array, a of I and b of I, right? And let's understand this indicate that you must take course b of I first if you want to take course a of I. So simple thing guys, let's say we have this array 2 comma 3 inside of a prerequisite array, right? So that means nothing but we can take to second course only if we have already taken the third course, right? You can, or it is like you must take if you want to take a course, right? So that means simple same thing guys, if we can only take second course if we have already taken third course, right? This one course, or in other words they have told us for taking that particular this course second course you have to take a three course, same thing, right? Simple, we can say a of I, we can we have to take a of I if we have already taken b of I, right? Otherwise we can't take a of I. So let's see next thing. For example, if the pair 0 comma 1 indicate that to take a course 0 you have to take a first course 1. Simple, we can only take this 0 course if we have taken a 1 course, otherwise we can't take it, right? Or if you want to take it, then you have to first take it a 1 course, then only you can take it 0 course, right? Simple thing. Return true if you can finish all the courses, otherwise return false. Now guys, we have to return true only if we can take all the courses. If we can finish all the courses, otherwise we are going to return nothing but false. So I know it's little complex, so let's understand with example, then we can easily understand this particular problem statement, right? So we are given nothing but this array 1 comma 0 inside of our prerequisite array. So there's only one array given, right, inside of this. That means nothing but we can take only one course if we have taken a 0 course. So which course we need to do first? We need to do a first 0 course, right? And do we have any dependency on 0? No. You can see there is no any other array. That means 0 course does not have any dependency. Like the 0 course does not have any independency, or dependency means nothing but 0 course does not say that you have to take any other course to complete a 0 course. Simple, right? 0 course we can take it. So let's say I take a first 0 course. Okay, I finish that. Then I have taken a first course, because first course I can take now because 0 course I have already taken, right? So after that I have taken a first course, that I have finished that. Now all the courses are over because num courses is equal to 2. That means there were total only 2 courses. Now both the courses we have taken, we have finished it. So we are going to return it what true. So you can see guys, answer is nothing but true, right? Now next thing, let's see. So next example is nothing but we can say this one where num courses is again 2, means there are only 2 courses available, and prerequisite is array is nothing but 1 of 0, 0 of 1, right? So 1 of 0 and 0 of 1. Now understand here guys, 1 of 0 means nothing but we can take only one course. We can take only this course if we have taken this course. And same goes here, we can take only this course if we have taken this course, right? So for one course we have to complete a 0 course. Okay, let's complete a 0 course first. So when I go to complete a 0 course, I can see that 0 course also have dependency. For completing a 0 course, you need to take a first course. Isn't it like a, we can say, a deadlock something, if you have understood? Simple thing guys, right? So from 0 we are again asking to complete a first course, right? So for one course we were asking to complete a 0 course. For 0 again we are asking to complete a one course. So this will come to again this one, this will come to again this one. So I hope you are getting this. We can't complete any course here, right? So we can say we can't complete all the courses, or we can say all the courses we can't finish. So we are going to return anything but a false here. I hope it makes sense, right? So still if you are not getting, don't worry, we are going to take another example as well. But for now, just simple thing, let me summarize this. The first thing in nothing but we are given two things. First is an array, or let's say first is an integer num courses. We tell us how many courses we have and how many courses we want to finish, right? And second thing in nothing but array of an array. But inside array will always have a two sides, right? So in this, if inside array is have a of I and b of I, that means nothing but we can only complete a of I course if we have completed the b of I course. Means a of I have a dependency of b. So simple this thing, right? Now after that we have to return if we could finish all that we can say num courses, right? Of we could finish all the courses. So we are going to return true, otherwise we could not return false. So that is the problem. Now let's see how we can solve this problem, right? So let's understand with the third example, and then we are going to understand the logic as well. So just let me simple write here first of all logic. Now let's see how we can solve this problem. So we are going to take a very interesting example. Let's say I'm going to say let's say 0, 1, and let's give it a 2, 0, 3, 0, and 4, 2. So this was nothing but a prerequisite is array, and total courses you can see guys here. Total courses is nothing but num courses 5, right? So we can say num courses is nothing but 5. All right. So, and now what we are going to do, we are going to say let's first of all see for 0 courses we have dependency 1. For second courses we have dependency of 0. So it's hard to visualize, right? So what we could do, we could draw a graph. So for we can say 0 node, for 0 node we have a dependency on 1, right? So we can say for 0 node we have dependency on 1. So we can say fine. So what we are going to do, we are going to say from 1 we can go to 0. I hope it makes sense, right? If we completed the 1, then only we can complete the 0. And after that, for we can say in the next array 2, 0, that means for 2 we need to complete 0, right? So that means once we completed 0, then only we can move to 2. So we can say once we completed 0, then only we can move to 2. For the third array, we can see there is a 3, 0, means first we completed 0, then only we can complete 3, right? Third course. So that means for 3 as well, we need to first complete a 0 course, right? So this is would come like here. Then 4, 2 means for completing a fourth course, we need to complete a second course. So let me write here. Fourth is dependent on second. So let me write here 4. I would make sense, right? So this is nothing but simple graph. Here you can see for 0 course, it will tell us how many courses we need to complete a 0 course. How many courses we need to finish to start or to finish this particular 0 course as well. So it says that 0 says that okay, there is only 1 degree coming to me. That means I need to just complete a 1 courses. That is nothing but which is having a level 1. So I need to complete this courses. If I complete this course, so I will not have any in degree, right? All the outgoing degree present, I don't have any in degree. Means no degree coming to me, right? So we can say fine. Now we can complete a 0 course as well because there is no in degree. We have completed this one. Okay, now we have completed this one. So these both have code 0 in degree, right? So now we can complete 2 as well, 3 as well, but not 4, right? 4 has 1 in degree. For 4 we need to complete second, right? But 2 we can complete it because 2 does not have any in degree, 3 does not have any in degree, so we can complete this 2 as well. Now you can see 4 also we can complete it because 4 also does not have now in degree. So by this we can easily see that guys, we can complete all the courses. And how we come to know that? By just seeing the in degree. So let me write just in degree. If a course does not have any in degree, that means we can easily finish that particular course. If the course has at least 1 degree, then we can't finish that particular course. We need to first of all finish their dependency, right? So I hope you understood this particular thing, how we are going to do this. So this is the first logic. The first logic is nothing but topological sort. This we call a topological sort, right? Here we are checking a degree. If degree is equal to 0, if there is no degree, then we are going to take that particular node and we are going to finish that, and we are going to remove all the nodes in degree which are present on that particular node. Or in another word, we are going to say the course which were dependent on any other course, we are going to remove them. If you're not getting this, don't worry about that. We are going to see with the code part. But first, I hope you understood that this logic. We are going to just keep track of in degree. If in degree is 0, that means nothing but we can finish that code. If in degree is not 0, then we are going to not take that particular course. We are going to move to the another course to, we can say, complete that particular dependency, right? And second is nothing but we can say we can check about a cycle. There is a second approach is nothing but a cycle. If you will focus on second example only, we can say from 0 we can go to 1, and from 1 also we can go to 0. So this is nothing but a cycle. If we draw a graph and after drawing a graph we just found a single cycle, if we just found a single cycle, we are going to return false. There should not be present any cycle. Cycle represent that dependency are going in a loop, right? For 0 there is a dependency on 1, and for 1 again there is a dependency on 0. If it is not look like this, if it is like this 3, and again if it's come like this, then also you can see from 0 we need to go to 1, and from 1 we need to come to 3, 3 we again need to go to 0. So this is nothing but a dependency. We can't complete a 0 course because we need to complete a third course, and we can't complete a third course because we need to complete a first course, and we can't complete a first course because we need to complete again a 0 course, right? So this is nothing but a dependency. If we found its loop, or we can say cycle, then directly return false. So these are nothing but two approaches. In this video, we are going to use a topological sort, and just you can use a cycle approach as well. Just detect a cycle, return false. But in this video, we are going to use a topological sort. So let's see how we can do this, right? So let's move to the implementation part and let's see how we can track of in degree and solve this. So I'm with first of all with the Python. So first of all, we have to make adjacent list. We are not given with adjacent list. So adjacent list we can say, guys, simple. Let me just go create adjacent list. Simple. Initially we are going to have empty 4 underscore in range of is num courses, right? So num courses is nothing but total number of courses we are going to have, right? And after that we are going to have a degree, which is going to be 0 for underscore range of num courses, right? Now what we are going to do, we are going to say for course 1 comma course 2. In you can see this prerequisite is we have an array of in each index we are going to have two value, right? So we are going to directly taking from them c1 comma c2 in our pre what is happening, all right, right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to say adjacent list of c2 dot append c1. So what it's going to do, it's going to make a graph. Let me tell you, it is like this 0 comma 1, that means nothing but c1 and c2. So on c2 you have to draw a graph on c1. So here if you will see from 1, after that completing a 1, then only we can go to 0, right? So we are saying from c2 we have to draw a line to c1, fine. And after that we have to say degree of c1 plus equal to 1, right? Because now 0 will have 1 in degree, right? Fine. After doing this, we are going to come out from this loop, for loop. After that, we are going to say fine. Now check how many in degree, how many we can say courses which have an in degree initially 0. So we are going to say, okay, I'm going to say, let me give a name, valid course. Valid course is nothing but courses. Valid course is nothing but courses. We are going to take only those courses value for value in range of num courses, where if value is equal to degree of value is equal to 0, right? After performing this adjustment, if we still found some nodes which are having degree 0, so we are going to take in our valid courses array. Now we are going to use a BFS. So before that, let me make a set as well. So I'm going to say is visited is going to be the set of valid courses. Initially we have put all these courses. Now there are going to be two approaches. The first approach is nothing but BFS using a while loop. Second approach is using iteration with for loop. So first two programming language Python and C++, I'm going to use a while loop, and for JavaScript and Java I will use a for loop, and so that you can have better understanding for both approaches how we can use it, right? So here I'm going to just say while loop while my valid course is present. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say still there is a one course present which have in degree 0. So let's take that course, finish that course, and let's remove their dependency, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say take a data from valid courses dot pop, and after that I must take a data this course data. Let's give a name course. Now we are going to say fine, move to all the child node for child in adjacent list of this course, and here we're going to say if child is equal to, if we can say degree of this child, and before checking this degree also we have to decrement this degree, right? Degree of this child we have to decrement by -1, because now we have taken the node which having a dependency on it, right? If you are not getting this, then you can see, guys, if we are taking a one node, then we have to remove the degree of this 0 node, right? Because it's depending on 1. So same thing, guys, if we have taken this course, then all the childs we have to remove degree by 1, and we have to check if degree is equal to 0. Then guys, if degree is 0, then put in our valid courses, right? Valid courses dot append this particular, you can say child, right? Fine. And now guys, this thing, but one thing also we need to do, if degree 0, then we also append in our is visited dot add this child. So what we are doing here, guys, if here we are just going to check after this for loop, return length of is visited is equal to our num courses. And I hope now, guys, you understood this why we are doing this. Now we are going to check just at the end, does we have do we have visited all the courses whose or we can say that we have visited all the courses which were present for us, right? Which we have to take it. So that means nothing but if we have visited all the courses, then we are going to say the length of visited should be equal to the total number of courses. If it is equal to that, then we are going to return true, otherwise we are going to return false. So let's try to run this one and see whether it is working fine or not. And do we have done any mistake? Let's check that. So you guys can see that both the test case passed, so that means it's working fine. So this was the first approach with using a while loop. In Java or JavaScript, we will use for loop, right? So you guys can see that it successfully got submitted. Now let's move to the next programming language, which is nothing but C++. And there we are going to use first of all adjacent list. So for adjacent list we can say vector of vector, and here we can say in, and here we are going to say adjacent list of size nothing but we can say num courses. Fine. And here we are going to say now we have defined adjacent list. We are going to say fine. We can also define a degree. So we can say vector of integer, and name I'm going to give degree, and the size is going to be nothing but num courses, right? And by default it's going to have value 0. And now we are going to say for int I is equal to 0, or we can say directly for vector, or we can say auto value, and in this prerequisite is, and here we can say adjacent list of this particular value of 1 dot pushback. Let me write pushback value of 0, right? Now once this is done, we are going to say value of a degree of value of 0 plus plus. Now we have incremented the degree. Once this is done, we are going to say for int I is equal to 0 for I less than num courses and I plus plus. Here we are going to check fine if our degree of I is equal to 0, then what we can do, we can if degree of I is equal to 0, we can directly append this in our valid courses, right? So we are going to make a vector of int that is going to be valid courses, right? And one more thing, which is in the set. So we are going to say unordered set of int, we can say my is visited set, right? Fine. So if degree is equal to 0, that means nothing but it's gonna go in our valid courses. Valid courses. Let me write a courses dot pushback this particular I, and also is visited dot add this particular I. Not we can use add, we have to use insert. Fine. Once this is done, we are going to use our VFS. We are going to say while valid courses dot empty, means until and unless it is not empty, so keep moving this loop. And here you're going to check, first of all take a data valid courses courses dot front, right? After taking a data, we can say nothing but valid courses, and here we can say pop, right? Once we have taken a data, we are going to move to all the childs for in child in this particular adjacent list, this particular data, or we can say course, and check remove the degree. So degree of this child we are going to remove by 1, and we are going to check if degree is equal to degree is equal to degree of child is equal to 0, then what we can do, we can say valid courses let me write here courses dot pushback, and here we're going to push this particular child, and we are also going to push in our set. So is visited dot insert, let's insert this particular child. Fine. After this come out from this while loop, we are going to say just return is visited dot size should be equal to num courses. That means we have already visited all the courses. Now let's run this code and see whether it's working fine or not. So we got one error that is not pop because no member pop. Alright, so we have taken a vector, right? So we have to use a q, right? And we have to use we can say not pushback, we can directly now say push, right? Here also we can directly say push. Now let's see. So it's taking a time. You can see both the test case pass. So let I have to submit this code as well and see whether it's working fine or not. And you can see guys, we also successfully submitted the C++ programming language. Now let's move to the next programming language, which is nothing but Java. And there, but first of all, we are going to say fine. Let's create a JSON list. So we can say array list, and here array list of integer array, and we can say adjacent list, and it's going to be nothing but new array list. Fine. Now once this is done, what we are going to do, we are going to say not array list. We can do. We have to use an array, right? This is nothing but array of array list. Right, now once this is done and num is not present, num courses. Fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a degree as well, like this only. So we can say int degree new int of n, and n is again not there, num courses, right? Fine. So once this is done, what we are going to do, we are going to say fine, this makes sense. Now we are going to say for each we are going to say for each, let me just make a loop here, for int I is equal to 0, I less than num courses, and here we are going to say I plus plus, and here we can say adjacent list of I is going to be nothing but new array list. Integer, right? So we have defined an array list on each index, an empty array list, right? Now once this is done, we are going to say okay, just move to this prerequisite is array for int value, and in this we can say prerequisite is, we can say adjacent list of value of 1. So we can say value of 1 dot add value of 0, right? And degree of value of 0 you have to increment by 1. Fine. Now we are going to again use a loop for int I is equal to 0, I less than num courses and I plus plus. Here we are going to say if degree of I is equal to 0, then what we are going to do? If degree of I is equal to 0, then what we can do? We can say push back in our one array list, right? So we can make an array list, and the array list is going to look like this arr, or we can say anything. Let's give it arr and new array list, right? Fine. So we are going to push in this array list. So we can say directly push in our array list. So arr dot add in our array list, right? Now once this is done, we have added in our array list. So what we are going to do? We are going to just use a loop for int value in our arr, and here we are going to check for int all the child adjacent list of this we can say value, and here just remove a degree of I, not I, degree of child. We can directly say degree of child should be decremented by 1, and if degree of child is equal to 0, then we can directly say arr dot add this particular child as well. And after this for loop, we are going to say fine. Now here what we are going to check, we are going to check if our array list, this arr, have a size of same equal to our num course, not our is listed anything else, right? If we have pushed all the courses in our array list, and only when we are pushing only when we can take that particular course, right? So for return arr dot size should be equal to our num course. Now let's see whether we have any error in this code or not. Otherwise, it should pass all the rest case, right? So it taking a time. You can see we got one error for value in ARR, right? So it says that okay, so component modification happen. So we can say directly if it is the case. So we can just use int I is equal to 0, I less than ARR dot size I plus plus. Now it will not say. Fine. Now let's see. And we have to use now value of I, right? So we can say ARR dot get of this particular I. Now I hope it should work, right? So you can see guys, both the REST case passed. So let's try to submit this code. And I hope guys it will also gonna submit it. So you can see guys, this also got successfully submitted. Now let's move to the last programming language, which is nothing but JavaScript. And here also we are gonna first of all define our adjacent list. So let's say adjacent list is nothing but initially empty array, or we can say array of n num courses, right? Num courses. And we can't do like this. We have to use new keyword. Fine. And after that we are going to define degree, new array, and here we are going to say nothing but what we could say. We could say again num courses, and we are going to use a loop for let I is equal to 0, I less than num courses, and I plus plus. And here we can find, here we are going to say nothing but degree of I should be initially 0. We are defining a default value for each index 0, and adjacent list of each index we are going to define an empty array, so that we can draw we can make a adjacent list, right? Now we are going to say for const courses of prerequisite, and here we're going to say fine. So we are going to say nothing but adjacent list of this particular courses of, let me write a courses, right? So this is going to have two courses, right? So courses of 1, right? We are going to say courses of 1 dot push courses of 0, courses of 0, and we are going to increment degree of courses of 0 by 1. Fine. Now we are going to take only all those courses which have a degree 0. So we can say let's say let courses, or we can say valid courses, right? Valid courses is going to be nothing but we can say initially empty. Now we are going to use a loop. So we can say const, we can say for let I is equal to 0, I less than num courses, let me write num courses, and I plus plus. Here you can check if our that degree of this I is equal to 0. So we are going to say nothing but valid courses courses dot push this particular I. So once we found all the valid courses, now we are going to say fine, use a for loop for const. What we can say value of this particular valid courses. And here inside of this also we are going to use a for const child of this we can say adjacent list of this particular value. And here we are going to say nothing but we can say if our first of all we are going to decrease the degree of this child, and if degree of this child is equal to 0, that means we can push again this in our valid courses dot push this particular child. Fine. Now once this is done, we are going to check this length. So we can say return our valid courses dot length should be equal to num courses. Now let's see. And there's one issue coming here with this num courses, right? So new array of num courses, right? Fine. Now let's see. Do we have any more issue? Let's check this. So still it's not correct. Num courses, right? Now it's gonna be fine. Let's see. And here again I can see will error code valid courses. So we have done right valid. Do we have anywhere else? Let's see that. Fine. And you can see guys both the rest is passed, so let's try to submit this code as well. And I hope guys it will also gonna submit. So let's see. You can see guys we have successfully submitted with JavaScript as well. So we have seen all the parts. First part is nothing but problem understanding part. We have understood the problem statement. Second, we have seen the logic part. We have seen the approaches. And third, we have seen the implementation as well. We have implemented in Python, C++, and Java and JavaScript. And if you have any kind of doubt in these three sections, you can write in the comment section. I'm always there to help you. And if you learn something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet you in the next video.